Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. If you're curious to know where we are, we're in Upper Paya and we are heading towards Kathikas. That's where we're going. It's quite a nice little trek, to be honest, whether you've borrowed a car, stolen a car, or hired a car. A lot of people that come to, well, particularly Paphos and the Paya area, like to go for a bit of a, well, nosy on down, doesn't it? So they get in that car and they wiggle and waggle up this road and that road, and often they find themselves on this road. And this road takes you to Kathikas, which is a beautiful little village up in the hills. It's a little bit cooler in the summer, but well, let me warn you now, it's also a little bit damper in the winter, and certainly in December and January. Don't venture up there at night because, well, you need night goggles because it often is covered in a mist. So be very, very careful indeed, and don't get caught out. Get home before 10 o'clock, I would say. This is the Paniki picnic site coming up on the right. Lots of people like to pack up their, well, barbecuing equipment perhaps and come up there and do a bit of souvlakiing or two. Bring some Romeo and Juliets with them, that's a cigar or two, and perhaps a frappe and a can of the real thing, that's the Coca-Cola. And have a great, great little barbecue on a Sunday or a Saturday or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because in Cyprus every day is a holiday, isn't it? There we are. Now, we are climbing up and we're wiggling and waggling, and you're going to get some great views because we're going to Kathikas. And if you're worried about the weather, the sky, a little bit cloudy. We did have a little bit of rain, and they forecasted a bit more later, but you know, it's not bad because the temperatures are still pretty good. Miss Dawn, well, very, very soon she's coming to Paphos anyway, so she'll be doing her own weather forecast, and of course Mr. Sean will be running around her and making sure that she has a great, great holiday indeed. And I'm sure he'll be very, very worried about what's going back home because he knows that little dog, oh yeah, very proud, very handsome, and a very, very clever dog. His name's Sir Bobo, and of course he's got a partner in his crimes, and her name is the pussycat known as Lady Daisy. Why are they so clever? Well, what they do now and again is borrow Mr. Sean's plastic friend. They get onto the Google and they Google the little platform known as Buy Me a Coffee. So Buy Me a Coffee, totally safe, totally secure platform. They Google it and they put Marika and me on the end. And what they do is go and zap his plastic friend for a coffee or two. And we say thank you very much. Woof woof. You are an absolute superstar and a legend on the little channel known as Marika and me. Buy Me a Coffee, secure platform, totally safe. If you like what you see, why not consider to buy us a coffee as a thank you, as a salute, as a gesture of goodwill. Perhaps to motivate us to make a special video for you. And normally, those videos will be coming very, very soon indeed. You can also help us out on the YouTube platform itself. Again, very safe and very, very secure. You've got the thumbs up, you've got the thumbs down. Thumbs up tells YouTube that you like what you're seeing. Doesn't cost you a penny. When you choose to subscribe to our channel or anyone else's channel, it doesn't cost you a penny. It just tells YouTube that you like what you've seen and perhaps that they should recommend that channel to fellow like-minded people like yourselves. Now, if you keep scrolling across, you're going to find the shorts, the download button, and then there's a heart-shaped button with a red $ in the middle. And that's how you make a contribution via YouTube to the YouTubers that perhaps you like. There's lots of people who like to do it on our channel, and we thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. Lady Ali, Sir Brian, we thank you. We've got Lord Derek Scully, and of course his Gracevia booth. We thank you very, very much indeed. Lady Sharon, Sir Philip, the list goes on and on and on. Lady Rachel, the man with the Cheshire cat grin, of course, the love in her life, Sir Jason. Fabulous people, they really are. These are some of the people, some we've met, some we haven't. The ones that we've met are our friends for life, and we know the ones that we haven't met are just waiting to be our friends for life. Every person that we ever met via our YouTube channel really, really has melted our hearts and touched our souls, and we hope that we have, well, returned the favour to you. We really, really do. So we're wiggling and waggling through the well, the hillside of Paya. The view to my right hand side, don't get too close to the edge because if you fall off, well, it's a long way down, but at least you'll get a great view. You really, really will. And well, that'll be it, but there you go. So shortly but surely we will be arriving in the village of Kathikas. We're going to cut through Kathikas. We're going to show you the cobblestone streets, and there's quite a few tavernas. I think it's 7 in the actual village square itself, and there's 1 or 2 scattered around the outer extremities of the village. Very, very popular village in the summer, and those restaurants are very, very busy at night, particularly in August. So if you wanted to go to one of those restaurants, it would be wise to perhaps make if someone's phoning me up, it's a Mr. Smith. We'll click him off because we know exactly what he wants when he'll be coming to get his car. Not long. There we go. Some people are impatient and some people are not. Mr. Smith is a lovely man, but well, he's an impatient chap. He's got 3 cars. What his problem is, I don't know. But he's, oh, where's my car? Where's my car? There we go. It's a nice Mercedes. He's got a Range Rover and he's also got a Porsche to go with it. So, to be honest, the Mercedes is the lesser of the cars. But anyway, now back to the video. We're about to enter Kathikas. I suppose technically we're in Kathikas, but of course the road sign to tell us has not come up yet. It'll be coming up soon by a little church, which is going to come up on the left-hand side. So Kathikas, like I'm saying, is a great little village, very, very popular, even in the winter, but hugely popular in the summer with tourists and locals alike. And if you want to get a great, great meal at a sensible price, Kathikas could be that perfect place for you. There's also a great winery up here called the Paphos Winery, and one of these days we're going to go and make a special video in there. I personally know the man that owns it, well, the current owner. His father is still going, but Yanis is the man in charge now, and his brother, who's called George, is one of the best lawyers in Paphos. I personally know him as well, and we bumped into each other a while back, and he said after the summer season, why don't you come up and do a special video for your little channel, Marika and me, on our winery. We'll get a bit of free publicity, and you never know, 1 or 2 people might like to come up and have a little bit of a dibble and a dabble and a sample of some of our wine. So that video will be coming soon. If that video is popular, well, we'll go knock on the door of some of the other wineries, and I'm pretty sure that most of them will say, come on in, come on down, have a little tipple or 2, and yes, you can make that special video. So we're in Kathikas officially now, and we're going to take a right, and there it is. See, welcome to Kathikas. If you keep going along this road, by the way, for another 15-20 kilometers, just following the road, you're going to drop down on the other side, and you're going to come into the area of Polis, and great beaches in Lachi, nice harbour, nice restaurants. But that's the road if you're coming from Paya, and it takes you at a leisurely drive 25 to 30 minutes. Many people do it, and many people do it over and over again. Now, talking about Yanis and George the lawyer, well, that's his Lexus, and his father's car is the old Pajero parked up. The man's got plenty of money, but he bought that car, I don't know, 20 odd years ago. Was convinced he was going to die, and he hasn't died yet. He's well into his 80s, and he's a nice chap. And here we go, here's one of the tavernas. You can see that some of the old boys are sitting there having a coffee or 2. It's that kind of relaxed village. It reminds me of Welsh villages where, well, shall we say, time has stopped. There we go. But of course that's a good thing, especially if you're on your holidays. There's a great pizza restaurant there. There's a mini market over here. There's a nice big church, and there's lots of little nooks and crannies and jitties. There you go. If your name is Mandy and you've got a man in your life called Jeff, that was a new word that she taught us last night. Jitty, and apparently up in Derbyshire it's like a little shortcut, like a little alleyway. So there we go. I thought my English was quite good. I don't think this gentleman understands that there's a car behind him, so we'll treat him with great caution. Is he stopping? Let's hope he is. We'll sneak past him. There we are. Yes, there we are. Right, what can I say? We've come through the village of Kathikas, and we're now joining the back road from Kathikas to Paphos. If we look at that sign there, you can see Stroumbi is 6 kilometres and Paphos is 21 kilometres. So that's where we're going. And I'm going to say, well, if you like what you see, want to hit that like, click on that, subscribe. Perhaps come back for a little bit more of a madness. We'll keep going until we join the main Polis road, so from Polis to Paphos. And if you want to see more of Paul's little travels, well, don't forget to come back for the next of my little adventures. I'm often driving here and there, well, going to see friends, going to see customers, I don't know, just going for a coffee. I'm one of these people who's more than happy to drive 30, 40 miles, so that's 50, 60 kilometres, just to have a chat and a coffee with a gumbaru. Gumbaru is the word for friend in Greek. Well, it actually means your best man, as in a wedding, and that's just a phrase that they use. So it doesn't actually mean your best friend, it means your best man. So they hold you in great esteem if they call you their gumbaru. And luckily for me, I've got quite a few gumbarus that I've made along the way, and I do have quite a few. I'll name some of them. One of them is Paphos the mayor. He's a superstar, and we meet up once a month or so, somewhere around there. We bump into each other, we have a bit of a chinwag and a chat. He's a great man, he's doing some great things for Paphos, and I understand that many people don't agree with some of the things he's doing, but I think if you give him enough time, you're going to understand that what his plan is sensational. The Paphos Harbour, you know, lots of people, ooh, but the Paphos Harbour has come back kicking better than you could have ever dreamt it to be. The Paphos Promenade is much, much better. Cars are not allowed on there anymore, whether they go in the right way or the wrong way. So it's much, much better than it was before. When the roads are finished in the back of the promenade area, some of them are going to be a one-way system, which, frustrating as it is, of course, will make it safer for pedestrians and easier for deliveries, although they'll probably come the wrong way. But that doesn't matter. Mr. Paul likes to go the wrong way as well, as you may have noticed. And red lights, well, they don't mean a lot, do they? But some of the people that I've met along the way in Cyprus are superstars. I know quite a few policemen, and all of them are wonderful, wonderful people, including the chief of police of Paphos. He's a legend and he's a superstar, nicest man in the world, as long as you don't get on the wrong side of him. If you get on the wrong side of him, well, he likes to visit you in the cells. But there we go. That's his personality. But he is a nice guy. He really, really is. You've got various security staff in the Paphos airport. Yeah. Head of the drug squad. He's a nice guy as well. We fixed his car once or twice. And his wife is an English Cypriot, and she's a lovely lady. She really, really is. The list goes on and on and on. I know every coffee shop owner, very important people to know they are, by the way, because if you want a special coffee, you need to know the boss. You need to say, hey, yasu gumbaro, as you walk in, and then he will look at you and go, hey, una latte, hey, sugar, yeah, sugar, hey. And there you go. And often you get a free biscuit to go with it. That's what it's all about, that free biscuit. Now, talking about coffee shops, Sir Philip, all the way up in Kamaris village, if you're watching, and now and again, it's a way to go-go, but there we go, I'm confusing my grammar. But now and again, Sir Philip does go to the Alice coffee shop, and the weather's getting a bit better now, so hey, want to give us a call, you've got my number, or send me an email, you've got that as well, or message us on the little platform known as YouTube, and we'll meet up for a coffee and a chinwag, because hey, I'm missing you, and we are great, great friends indeed. Very, very soon we're going to join the main road, like I've said, from Polis to Paphos, or Paphos to Polis, depending on which way you are going. We're either going to take a right, and we're going to head to Paphos. So if you want to see that little journey from Stroumbi to Paphos, don't forget to come back for the next little episode of Mr. Paul's ramblings as he drives around in an old Mercedes, guzzling the fuel, but enjoying life. Because to be honest, I am truly blessed. That's the best word to use. I'm not a religious man, but sometimes religious words are good words. I am truly blessed to live on the Isle of Love, to live in downtown paradise, to have, in my opinion, a very, very good life indeed. I do work. I don't have to work too hard, many people would say. And on top of all of that, I happen to have won the heart of quite possibly the most beautiful woman, inside and outside, that has ever lived on the planet Earth. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And one of these days, and it is a fact, probably in 25, when we get to where we want to be, some people understand what I'm talking about, we are going to get married, and I invite each and every one of the people that chooses to watch us, whether you like us or not, to come to our wedding. We're going to have a party of a lifetime, and we really, really are indeed. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more